Okay. All right, I guess I'm live. So, hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. And I was guided to come on a daily basis to give a daily dose of hope because the waves of energy are going to start increasing. And so that's what I'm here to do, and hopefully give some hope. So, what I'd like to talk about is a little bit like continuing from yesterday about healing, and then a little bit about having a spiritual practice. And then I'm going to channel a bit. Okay, so, um, oops, this thing keeps going off. Let's see, hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I guess actually three things. First of all, the first interesting thing I just wanted to share. I'm not sure if anyone else is even in this similar situation, but I find that myself when I start to, um, not when I start to channel, but when I'm uh, often I find myself having problems with my kidney. And when I go to the medical doctors to get it checked out, they say there's absolutely nothing wrong. I'm completely and utterly healthy. And then I go to the this acupuncturist that I know, and she says, "Ah, your kidneys are tired," which means that they're dealing with something. And so recently, just yesterday, I had a conversation with a friend, and he was sharing a friend that he has who is studying mandalas or mandalas. And he goes to Nepal and to India to study mandalas. And he also can channel. And so he writes books about these mandalas, and then he channels the information about them, and that helps him out. But what he had said is that he has to, when he channels, he often starts to get pain in his kidneys and in his liver, and so he has to kind of not do it too often. And I thought that was really interesting, and I don't think that this is common for all channelers, but I'm not sure. So I'm just putting this out there into the universe, because if anyone else is wondering or worrying about these sorts of things, I think that's there you go. And the idea, though, that I've found from my guides with the kidneys is, it's not only is it purifying your body, but it's also purifying the energies as well. So if you're doing a lot of clearing of energy, you're using that part of your body as well, like a higher part of that. Yeah, maybe not necessarily in this third dimension, but maybe a little bit higher dimension part of that body to clear the energy. And maybe that's what it's from. I'm not completely sure. So maybe that I can channel that a bit as well. And but okay, moving on to healing. So I wanted to just share. There's the next chapter about healing, and so I just wanted to share a little bit about that. So here we go. Hey, Bruce. So here we go. I'm just going to share the first a little bit of it, and then try to explain how I understand it. So here we go. Reading from the Course in Miracles, chapter 28. 4, chapter 4, and then I'm just going to read 1 and 2. So here we go. It's called the Greater Joining. So here we go. Accepting the atonement for yourself means not to give support to someone's dream of sickness and of death. It means that you share not his wish to separate and let him turn illusions on himself. Nor do you wish that they be turned instead on you. Thus, they have no effects. And you are free of dreams of pain because you let him be. Unless you help him, you will suffer pain with him, because that is your wish. And you become a figure in his dream of pain, as he in yours. So do you and your brother become illusions and without identity. You could be anyone or anything depending on whose evil dream you share. You can be sure just one thing, that you are evil, for you share in dreams of fear. There is a finding, there is a way of finding certainty right here and now. Refuse to be a part of fearful dreams, whatever form they take, for you will lose identity in them. You will find yourself by not accepting them as causing you and giving you effects. You stand apart from them, but not apart from him who dreams them. Thus you separate the dreamer from the dream, and you join in one, but let the other go. The dream is but illusion in the mind, and with the mind you would unite, but never with the dream. It is the dream you fear and not the mind. You see them as the same because you think that you are but a dream. And what is real and what is but illusion in yourself, you do not know and cannot tell. Okay, so that's the first part of this, and um, there's all kinds of great stuff in here. But what they do talk about is that joining with understanding that your brother is in a dream. And if you accept, for example, their sickness, like we were talking about yesterday, if you accept that that's real, then you are part of their dream, their scary dream. But if instead you remain passive, so you don't believe in dreams, you're a part of this, you're in this world but not of this world, I think is what this is talking about. And there's a little part here. It says, "You cannot do his part, but this you do when you become a passive figure in his dreams instead of a dreamer of your own. Identity in dreams is meaningless because the dreamer and the dream are one. Who shares a dream must be the dream he shares, because by sharing is a cause produced." Okay, so this is the idea that you, instead of looking at the dream or the nightmare that this other person is seeing, you instead see that you're one. You're always connected. You're brothers, and that this dream is just an illusion. And by just not accepting that illusion, but accepting that you're one, that is where healing lies. And I drew a little picture of it. Here it is. So that's supposed to be two people. My amazing artistic skills. Uh, but so here you have this is they're two brothers and they are joined by their minds, but the dream is in between them. And that is a gap of dreams and illusion. And the dream is the illusion of the mind. So what you do is unite with your brother, but not with the illusion. And by not sharing that illusion, your brother will start to see, oh, he doesn't believe that this is true. What's going on? And there is something within that. There is a light within that that resonates as truth, and that is something that will wake someone up from that dream. And so this brings me though to another thing. So yesterday I was attempting this idea. So what Sanat Kamara said yesterday was that you are the director, you are the actor, you are the writer in this. Whatever you see with your eyes, this illusion that we see, and that you can step out of the illusion, and you can just redirect and change and whatever you'd like to do. And so, for example, if someone you know is sick or suffering, then you can kind of step out of the illusion and see them as they truly are. Like, oh, you're just perfect. You're wonderful. Everything's perfect. And you're completely healed and you've never been sick. And then you can bring that back into the illusion. But one thing I found is that is interesting. So I went outside of the illusion in my mind, and I was taking this person out, and I was well, not taking them out, but I was talking to them outside of the illusion. And I asked them, their guide, if they wanted to be healed. I said, we can just take this away, whatever this pain that you feel. And the guide said, well, actually, they still want to use this. This is part of their story. This is part of their learning process. And so I thought, all right, well, okay. I could have taken that away, but I guess they need that for some reason. So this is another aspect of this that um, we don't know what anything is for. And sometimes what we see as, for example, this sickness or something that someone believes in is something that they need in order to learn something about their life or in order to teach you about their life or about your life. So, this is another important part. So, whenever you do attempt a sort of healing, it's important that you ask their guide, is it okay? Can I heal this person? And even if you can't hear with your ears or with your inner ear, you will be given a sign. And so this is part of it as well. Just wanted to talk about that. I thought that was really beautiful. And just one other thing I want to talk about is here we go. So just one other. Sorry, I'm quoting a lot from the Course in Miracles, but I will get into that. Why I do that. So here we go. Your willingness to let illusions go is all the healer of God's sons requires. He will place the miracle of healing where the seeds of sickness were, and there will be no loss, but only gain. Okay, so. Um, Now, and I just wanted to talk about the Course in Miracles, and the importance of having a spiritual practice when you uh, go into the kind of spiritual realms, or if you go into channeling and all of these things. And the reason is because sometimes what you see can be quite shocking or startling, and or can change your whole paradigm. And it's important to have a spiritual practice where you connect with your guides, connect um, with peace. So I think that's really, really important, because it's sometimes it can be a very intense process. And just like the past three Course of Miracles, now Course of Miracles is just one way, one spiritual practice. There are many, and they all work. They're all fine. They're all beautiful. And so this is just one of them, and this is the one that I chose, or was chosen for me. But I think you choose whatever works for you. This is just what works for me somehow. And I love it because it's just an everyday kind of meditation that helps me to kind of get out of this being um, kind of on the ground, I guess what they call it, boots on the ground, and just kind of having a higher perspective. And that helps me a lot. But everyone is very different. But I really recommend, though, if you are embarking on a spiritual quest, that it's important to have some sort of spiritual practice of some sort. And and I like the Course in Miracles too, because I'm kind of a loner, and I'm kind of like I got my own. I'm a recluse, I guess you could say, and so this works well for me because I don't like to, I guess, yeah. So that's my thing. But I recommend whatever you'd like to find, whatever works for you, whatever resonates with you is what is good. But as my teacher said, uh, going out there into the spiritual world, it's like Las Vegas on a Saturday night. I mean, just it's wild and crazy. And you really need to learn your discernment and to understand where different beings or non beings are coming from, and whether or not they are there for your good, or not for your good. And that's not a negative thing. It's just like everything else. Like when if you go to Las Vegas, or if you're in a town, maybe Japan's not a good example of it. It's a very peaceful country, very safe. You can walk anywhere in the middle of the night. Even if you're a woman, women are just, you just walk, and you're pretty much safe. Um, but for example, like, okay, so I lived in Baltimore for a while. Baltimore was a quite a as a at the time I lived there. So this is all of my information is from years and years ago. So maybe it's different now. But at the time, it was a rough town. It was quite dangerous, and so you have to be careful. And there's certain places, like, I like to take walks at night, and I know I shouldn't have there, but I did anyway in the middle of the night. But I know, you just use your discernment. Okay, I'm sensing danger here. Don't go here. These kind of things. And it's the same with channeling. It's the same with having a spiritual practice. Just use your discernment. If something doesn't feel right, then it's not right. And this applies to me, to my channeling. For you, if you don't resonate with this, then that's good. And if you do resonate with it, that's good as well. Um, but there's no, yeah. So that's your discernment speaking. And so yeah, listen to your discernment. That's my spiel about that. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'll just channel a bit about this healing idea, and yeah, and see if they have any advice or anything to say. So here we go. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Mary Magdalene, and we are here on this beautiful and wonderful day, this day of peace and of enlightenment, you might say. A day where the candles have been lit, where when the light is coming down, where you can feel this sense of peace and this sense of openness, the sense that you are connected with everything, and understand that these senses, these seconds, these times, this time that you are living within, you are given these moments outside of time. And these little moments start to build and will build to a certain point where you will be at peace at all times. And this is what you are doing at this moment. You are collecting these seconds of peace, these seconds of enlightenment. You are stepping out of time and you're collecting all of them together until you can create the full picture of love and of peace and of connectedness with your source, because that is who you are and that is who you always have been. And you have never been anything else. All of the things that you are dreaming at this moment, all of the things that you believe that you are, all of the things that you believe that you aren't, are just an illusion. You are love. You are love. You are love. And that is all you are. And that is all you ever have been. You are love. And you are so much. You are loved as well. And so, this is what we would like to remind you of, that in these everyday times, in these second by second times, sometimes you might lose this peace. But remember, the next second there is more peace, and that you can always step out of time because you remember you have sensed this peace. Once you have sensed it, you can never forget it because it is the truth. It is the truth of who you are. This peace is part of that love that you are. The love is the love, and the peace is just an aspect of it. It is an aspect of who you are. It is not something, we would say, it's not something that you feel. It's not something that you feel. It is something that you are. You are the peace, and you are the love, and you are the hope of the world. It's all inside of you. You're carrying it with you wherever you go, in every situation that you go. You are the love, and you are the peace, and you are the forgiveness. You are everything. You are the salvation of the whole world, all contained in you, and you're all one. And this is what we would love to say to you. And we'd love to talk about this idea of healing. Yes, what this being is saying is that, yes, uh, it is possible, yes, to change and to heal. And there are those who would not like to be healed at a certain point, or what we would say more to that is that it's not about time. It's not about that they do not want to be healed. It's about the timing. And so, what we would say to you is to respect the timing of the healing. There is not one among you that would not want to be healed, but there is a timing usually built into this that you have built into your story. So it's important to understand that, and to understand that it is important. It is important to always ask for the healing. Is it okay for me to heal you? And you do not have to ask directly. You ask their higher selves, you ask their guides, and then you receive the answer, because ask and you shall receive. You will always get an answer. And so this is what we would say about this, that healing is within your hands, because there is no such thing as sickness, and it is just an awareness. It is you becoming aware that you are dreaming all of this, and is you just becoming aware that you are the light. And that is all it is. And so once you shine your light, once you become the lighthouse, then others will be attracted to that light, like insects are attracted to the light bulbs at night. By the same token, because they see the truth, they can see the light within it. And this is what is happening. So what we would say, yes, the most important thing within healing is to shine more and more of your light, because that light will be a lighthouse, and you will find that they will come to you to be healed. And they will come to you to be healed. And sometimes it will be in ways that you would never quite imagine. Sometimes it might be just a short conversation. Sometimes it could just be just listening for a while, being a listener. Sometimes it might just be a hug. And sometimes it might be a kind word in a world where there are very few kind words at this moment. And so that is what we would say to you about all of this, that you are the light, and you are the love, and you are the hope. And we love you very much, and you're very, very much loved. We are Mary Magdalene. Okay. Um, one more thing I wanted to talk about. Sorry, these things are getting longer and longer. Um, so one last thing, one last. Sorry, she can be very emotional when she comes through. Um, what was the one thing that I wanted to talk about? Is about fear thoughts, fearful dreams. Okay. Refuse to be a part of fearful dreams, whatever form they take, for you will lose identity in them. You will find yourself by not accepting them as causing you and giving you effects. Okay? You stand apart from them, but stand apart from them. So I was thinking about this, that there's so many what's the word, fearful dreams that are out there in our social media and on our news. When you turn on the news, there's the new war that, or this new war or this new war, and they're all coming out of nowhere. And there's these diseases that are, being hyped up. There's these um, uh, changing of the weather. I can't really say the whole word, but all these things that are basically fear. It's just fear. And there's only one thing, within this world, and according to the Course of Miracles too, there's only two choices. There's a choice of fear and there's a choice of love. And what are you going to believe in? Are you going to believe in the fear? Or are you going to believe in the love? Are you going to believe that everything is beautiful and we are truly at peace, and that these are just fearful dreams that are being created, and we are amazing creators, and when we hear these dreams, we magnify these dreams. And so for me, I choose love. So that's my spiel. Hey, Bruce. Yeah, thank you so much for joining in. And Karine, thank you. Yeah. So, and also tonight, which would be, I stopped watching the news. Yeah, that's a good idea. I can't stop. I take breaks from it, but I end up going back. But it's a good place to use your forgiveness practice. But it's hard. It's high level stuff, hardcore stuff, because it's really easy to get into the fear and to get out of it. Karine from Belgium. Hey, welcome from Belgium. Belgium. I wonder what time it is in Belgium. What's, I guess, afternoon? No, it's probably morning, I guess, there in Belgium. And New York, it's what? Oh my goodness, you're up late, Bruce. So, and again, tonight, we have our live question. Oh, 5 a.m. Whew. All right. Wow. Up late and up early. My goodness. Thank you guys for watching. Wow. Thank you. That's very nice of you guys. And tonight we have our live Q&A question and answer session. And if you remember, so like Bruce, if you have questions, and so if you're a member and you have questions, and you can't make it because of the timing difference, just email me the questions and I'll answer them live during the session. Okay, so remember that if you do have any questions or anything. And oh, Cynthia, all right, from Connecticut. Woohoo. Connecticut, August, same time. Okay, so 11 p.m. All right, all right. Yeah, so the session tonight will be 8 p.m. Japan time, which ends up being 6 a.m. American time. It's quite early. So, but yeah, again, if you are a member and you have questions, just email them to me and I'll answer them. And if you're interested in joining in, I got I'll put the link below. And if you're not, that's fine as well. And oh, Cynthia, congratulations! Started ACM again. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. I think it really works for me, and I love that there's something every day, um, which is great because I need something. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay, Bruce. Yeah, but yeah, just you could send them whenever. Like if you have questions, you could just email them to me now, and then I'll check them out tonight, or I will channel them tonight. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining in, and yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Ciao.